Good afternoon. Today, I'd like to start with the definition of a Schedule I drug. Under current U.S. law, a Schedule I drug is defined as having no current accepted medical use and a high potential for abuse. This same category houses heroin, yet this is still where our government places psilocybin and MDMA. Now, for decades, this definition has guided criminal policy, not medical truth. But modern science tells a different story. These substances, in a controlled therapeutic environment, can lift the fog of depression, erase PTSD, ease trauma, and restore human lives. I've seen the cost of ignoring this truth. Many people close to me have battled depression for years, moving on from one medication to the next, feeling little to no relief. They feel lost, betrayed, and hopeless. But learning about the research of psychedelic-assisted therapy has shown me what evidence-based hope looks like. As an engineering and management student, I study how systems fail when they resist data. Our drug classification system is one of these failures. And that is why I'm advocating for the decriminalization and medically supervised use of psychedelic substances in New York State. Today, I will show you 3 things. 1, why science and data prove psychedelics do not belong in Schedule I. 2, how outdated laws in New York hold us back. And 3, what lawmakers can do to lead responsibly and safely. Let's begin with the evidence itself, the data that should have changed this conversation years ago. In 2021, a Nature Medicine trial on MDMA-assisted therapy for severe PTSD found that a staggering 67% of participants no longer met diagnostic criteria after only 3 sessions. At similar results at Johns Hopkins, researchers studying psilocybin therapy for major depression found that 71% of patients improved, and over half of these patients stayed in remission more than a year later. The American Journal of Psychiatry reports similar results, rapid, lasting reductions in anxiety and suicidal ideation. And these are double-blind, peer-reviewed, FDA-recognized studies, not anecdotes. If Schedule I means no accepted medical use, these findings alone overturn that claim. But even with this overwhelming evidence, New York still treats these therapies as crimes, not as cures. Because psilocybin and MDMA remain Schedule I, New York's hospitals, universities, and clinics face heavy federal barriers into research. Meanwhile, FDA has granted both these compounds as breakthrough therapy for their medical promise. Now, this contradiction keeps veterans, trauma survivors, and thousands of everyday New Yorkers locked out of life-changing care. Suicide rates rise while bureaucracy drags. This is not protection, it's paralysis. Yet this is a problem we can fix, and we can fix it in a responsible manner. Other states like Oregon and Colorado have already launched therapeutic programs with strict licensing and oversight. They did not legalize chaos, they legalized compassion, guided by science. Now, New York can follow this model by decriminalizing medical use under the state health code, authorizing pilot programs with lead researchers like Columbia and Cornell, and funding Department of Health clinical trials for veterans and first responders. This is not reckless, it's rational reform. We deserve policy that is based on data, not stigma. So if the science is clear and the path is proven, the question becomes, will New York have the courage to lead? Over half a century ago, fear wrote these laws. Science has rewritten the facts. Now policy must catch up. The research shows that psychedelics can safely heal, but our current classification system denies this truth. The solution lies in leadership and reform. I stand for reclassifying these medicines, not to promote drug use, but to promote healing and human dignity through evidence-based policy. I'm asking New York lawmakers to sponsor legislation to decriminalize psychedelic therapy, support state-funded pilot programs, and to update health code language to match the latest clinical findings. Behind every data point is a person, a veteran sleeping through nightmares, a parent fighting depression, or a student losing hope. We can give them a chance at healing grounded in science. Fears built the walls around this issue, but knowledge can tear them down. Let New York to be the state that leads with courage, compassion, and clarity. Let's reclassify healing. Thank you.